Hi, welcome to another session of Geraldine's University of Knowledge. And before I start the topic of the day, I would like to show you another piece of my children's literacy project. I am wearing handmade jewelry by Geraldine. There's the earrings, the necklace, the bracelet, and the ring that matches. We are located in St. Stephen, South Carolina, and you can find my sons selling their homemade projects at St. Stephen's Farmers Market on Wednesdays from 3 to 7. Well, let's get into it today. Today's topic is power. 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 How do you have power and strength in your life? Now, you can't always plan through everything that happens. You can't control the world and put it in a little box or circle. You can't do that because you can't control other people. Sometimes you can't even control your response, because if somebody kicks you, you might go ow, or you bump a table, you go ow, and because that's your natural reflex. Now you might be aware of your surroundings, and so if somebody accidentally hit you or kick you because they trip or something like that, you might not go ah, you're not going to do that. You might go ooh, right, quietly, and turn and look and see what the other person's doing, and you might scoot out of their way, and if you bump yourself, you might scoot around that. So the thing is, you can't control everything, but to get power back in your life or help someone get power in their lives, you can power up and plan things and prepare. And so when you plan and prepare and you have a purpose, your purpose is your goal. What's your end result? Okay, so when you have an end result, a purpose that you're trying to get to, you know that you have to get to that particular thing. That keeps you focused. So once you have your purpose, you have a purpose of the day, purpose of the month, purpose of the year, that keeps you focused. And you know that you're trying to get to this point over here, then you need to stay focused, and you need to do the things in a timely manner to get to that purpose. And you have to plan. So you start writing things out. You start thinking, what do I have to do first? What do I have to do second? What's the third thing? And you start preparing. You start preparing like, oh, do I have all the resources I need? Do I need to first read a book? Do I first need to make a phone call? Do I first need to count how much money I have? So you start preparing. All right, so you prepare, you plan, you have a purpose, and that gets you going. All right, and you keep going, and then you reach that purpose because that's your focus point. And when you're preparing, sometimes things moves you around, and sometimes you got to scoot back and replan and say, is this purpose reasonable? Am I trying to get to a reasonable goal in the amount of time? Maybe you have to extend your time. Maybe you have to extend your time, right? So you ask yourself, is my purpose, my goal, a reasonable goal? And the way how you know if your purpose is a reasonable goal or not, you look at your time. How long is it going to take you to get there? Is it a short amount of time? Is it a long amount of time? What are your resources? What can you actually do in the amount of time you have? All right, so do you need to back things up? Not saying that you cannot reach every goal that you set. So if you have different purposes, you got your life purpose, your career purpose, your spiritual purpose, your household purpose, things that you want to get to. You have a purpose. Okay, you might have several purposes. You might have several goals. So, what your purpose is in life, your purpose at work. Well, at work, your purpose at work is what they tell you your work duties. What is your job duties and your job description? That's why they hired you. That's your purpose. You came to do this particular thing. All right. In school, your purpose is achieving good grades. Might be to make the band. Might be to make the honor roll. And they give you a rubric or outline that you have to meet. If you want to play basketball or football, or do you want to cheer? Do you want to be in the book club? Do you want to be the president of the SGA, Student Government Association? Do you want to be a part of the debate team? That's your purpose. If you're in church and you want to be on an usher board, or you want to lead Bible study, that is your purpose. If you want to be a church leader, that is your purpose. So, and then at home, do you want to keep a nice, clean house? Do you want to brick in your house? Do you want a porch or a pool? That is like, okay, this, I have to plan and budget for a pool or a porch or to brick in your house. That is a purpose, and it's a goal that you're setting. So once you figure out your purpose, just like this video, what's the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is to help you understand how setting a goal, finding your purpose in life, finding your purpose at work, finding your purpose at school, and setting that goal, getting a full understanding of your purpose, and then prepare for that purpose. At work, you should at least once a month read over your job description to make sure that you're fulfilling the reason why you're there, the purpose that they hired you. Read over your job description. All right, at least once a month. If you have to read over it every week or every day to make sure that you're fulfilling your purpose and of your job duties, then do so. Read over that job description every day, every week, every month, right? So you can fulfill your purpose at work. At school, you should take notes. Prepare, take notes. Part of fulfilling your purpose at school, of getting a good education, participating in student activities, you have to take notes. Even for student activities, you need to know when to show up for student activities. You need to have the proper attire for student activities. And you need to know how much time you have to dedicate for student activities. So part of preparing is knowing, one, your purpose, right? Two is preparing and taking notes. When you take notes, time, date, information, so you know when you have to have this information, when you have to show up. Okay? Because you can prepare, write things down, but if you don't show up, right, you got to be there. Be there, be present in the moment, right? So knowing your purpose, preparing, getting the things in order, 1, 2, 3, getting things in order so that you can be present in the moment. Okay? You have to be present, mentally present and physically present in the moment. So plan, prepare, define your purpose, and be present in the moment. That's what the P stands for, empower. That's what the P stands for, empower. It's the first letter, empower. And you need to have that purpose. Ask yourself, what is your purpose today? Why am I at this job? All right? What is the job description, and am I fulfilling that purpose? Why am I at church? For those who go to church, not saying that everyone goes to church, there's temples. So people go to different places to worship. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Is this a spiritual purpose, or am I just gaining information? Why am I here at this organization, this spiritual organization, this godly organization? Why am I here? What am I contributing? What is my purpose in this location? Whether it's church, a temple, Bible study, a prayer group, an online prayer group, what is my purpose? Right? In school, why am I here? What is my purpose? Whether I'm in a doctoral program, master program, college, technical school, high school, middle school. Why am I in school? Especially after high school, because K through 12, the government provides. After high school, that's on you. That's on you. And if you go there and you don't have a purpose, you might be all over the place. Look, I'm out of the field of view. And if you don't have a purpose, you may not be in the field of view. You may be out of view because you don't know what your purpose is. And so you're just there, right? That can waste time, energy, and money. K through 12, what is your purpose? Do you just want a high school diploma and then you're done? Or are you looking for long term? You can't just say, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a nurse, or I want to go into cyber security. All right, name these purposes, but you're not doing any of the work to get it done. And to do the work, you have to know exactly what you need in all of these places, whether it is work, church, or school. Even at home, you need to plan. If you are in a relationship, whether it's your best friend, your best cousin, your parents, you can't just, hey, I'm here. No, you got to communicate, you got to plan, you got to prepare. It's like, hey, you want to go out today? You want to go out tomorrow? Because other people have other things to do, right? And some of us love to be spontaneous. We just, woo, I'm here, let's go and do this. And that works for a while. But as you grow and you get into other things, life takes over. Work, school, church, family, friends, other relationships. It takes planning. You want to be present for your parents, your kids, your best friend, your spouse. It takes planning because they have lives too. They got things going on as well. And if you want to be present in their lives, you need to plan, right? Just a little planning. It doesn't have to be detailed. Hey, what you doing this weekend? Let's get together. I'll be at your house, you'll be at mine. School. Hey, you're good at math. I'm good in English. Why don't we get together? You teach me some math, I'll teach you some English. Plan. At work, hey, look, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing today. Boss, could you explain this to me? Hey, co-worker, I'm not sure what the boss wants me to do. Can you help me out here a little bit? All right? Plan and prepare. It takes time, right? It takes time. It takes preparation, time management, organization. All of that is in preparing, right? But it starts with the number one thing, purpose. What is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? What is your purpose at work? What is your purpose at church? What is your purpose at school? What is your purpose with your friends? So, think about it. Write in the comments, what are your purpose? Write in the comments some plans, 3 steps to your planning for your purpose. Share. How do you prepare? How do you plan? What is your timing looking like? Do you have all the time in the world to get there? Do you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and start, right? Share, write a comment, let me know. Thank you for watching Geraldine's University of Knowledge, and see you soon.